The easiest way to make your drawings look better is to start simple. Drawing doesn't have to feel hard. In this video, I'll show you how starting with simple shapes, you can change everything, and it will help your drawings feel more natural and alive. I've started with a screenshot of the video that I just showed you. I want to show you how to create this cow and this calf. What I like to do is start with simple circles. Take your pencil and just create simple circles. Relax your hand. You don't have to try really hard. Just relax. Let yourself create a circle. And this will be the cow's belly. And in that picture, it's very evident that that would be her belly. So here's another circle, which would be the top of her head. And then this would be the muzzle. This is a lot like how we created the donkey. Here's her ear and her other ear. I can see that her upper leg is here and her knee is below it. And her cannon bone is down here and it's on a bit of an angle. And her fetlock and then her hoof because her knee's bent. And then her other knee is straight across from that one. In her upper leg, her cannon bone, which would be much thinner, and her fetlock, and then her hoof. And this hoof is almost a squarish type shape with the tip cut off. I can see the back of her leg, her hock is here, and then her cannon bone is here. Can almost see that. You can see a little bit of that back hoof. So there's the other square. And I can only see one side of her other leg. It would be an oval if I were to draw the whole thing, the hock, and then the cannon bone and the square that's on it's a diamond type angle. So there would be the cow, and then the calf. I'm going to pull the calf closer to her than what you saw in the picture. So I want to start with the head. It's just where I'm going. And then the muzzle is a little smaller. The body is more of an ovally shape like this. And the legs, they have longer looking legs. I want to change the grip of my pencil because my picture is actually, this is smaller than that one, so it's easier to do that. I'm not seeing a lot of the hoof there. I may add it just to make sense out of it. And the other fetlock would be down here, and here would be the oval for the cannon bone. Here's the ear and the other ear. Here's the back leg, the hock. I'll join them together. The other fetlock. And here would be the cannon bone. She's walking in some rough ground, so I don't really see her hooves very well. That's the top of her back leg, and her other leg is crisscrossing behind, it looks like, because she's walking. And the hoof is back here, and that's a triangle-y shape. Now let's take the simple shapes, and we will turn them into form. So I'm going to go around the cow's head. She's very, very black. She's hard to see. And she has a little bit of hair on the top here. And her ears, her ear comes out a little further than the circle. Her eye is in here. And her other eye is over here. So I'm going to come around, draw down. And I can see she has her nose here. This circles for her nostrils. And I'm going to draw a line across. Sometimes I just get sketching and I don't think about it. So I have to slow down enough to be able to tell you what I'm thinking. And as you do this more, you will also just feel your arm moving and sketching and not thinking about it so much. Now I'm going to make her body. I'm going around that circle. Now I'm going to come down for her leg. I'm just drawing down around the leg. I kind of stroke my lines down. I don't just draw one solid line unless I'm trying to do something very graphic looking. I like to let my sketch lines kind of feather. Now her hoof is below here, and what I'm going to do is just outline that where the square was. I'm not going to use that upper part of the square. And there's her hoof. In this leg, I'm going to come down, give her her knee, same on the other side. And her fetlock. And I see some of her hoof, not a lot of it. And then under here is her belly, and she's furry. This was springtime. And I'm coming around the hock, coming down, and I could see her hoof there. So I'm going to make that a little more evident than what I see in the picture itself, and I might make it a little wider. She's a nice chunky cow. And all of the babies were following her. So there she is. That's just the very basics of her. So there's how I created form. I went around the shapes. I'm going to do the same with the calf. Give it its eyes. This one has a white face, and it has some strong markings, which makes it hard to see the nostrils, but I know the nostrils are right there. I'm going to come down a little brisket area, and I'm going to outline the leg. I tend to go hop from one side to the other side. There are lots of ways of doing things. So if you want to stay with one side until you get that done, go ahead. But I like to go from one side to the other so that it will look more symmetrical, and I can control it a little bit better by doing that. So, and I think the back leg actually is a little more forward on this. The back legs are actually up here. So I'm going to move this whole thing up. And I will end up erasing all of that. So I'm going to move the whole thing up. And I always say that's why God made erasers, so that if we make mistakes, we can go in and fix it. So here's the back end, and putting in the hock around there. And this is a very young calf, probably a couple days old. Doesn't look that little in the picture, but it is. There. And I've got to go and do this leg. And I might throw in a hoof in there. Let's see if I can see what that hoof is doing. I really can't. So if I can't see what it's doing, I'm better off leaving it alone. Now I've gotten the basic shape covered. I've made its skin going around it. Now I'm going to take just the edge of my pencil, and I'm going to just start shading. The sun seems to be coming from this side, so I'm going to leave that side a little bit lighter. Like I said, she's very, very dark. So I'm just going to shade in where I see she's the darkest. And she has a bit of a brisket right here, you can see. and it's catching a little bit of light. It helps me if I move fast when I start seeing the shadow. I think I'm better off using my intuition than to sit and really ponder it and worry about it. I'm better off just looking and letting it go, and then I do a better job. I do a better job sketching. So I'm going in just, the nose is very, very shiny white. Try to move out of here. Let's see. Eye is very, very dark. She looks worried. I don't like the look of her looking so worried, so I might just change that expression a little bit. Let's see, let me finish up here. The inside of her ear is very dark. She's dark like my Geodora is. This far leg is very, very dark. It's away from the sun. The inside of this leg is dark. This area is dark, very dark. And I think her head is actually a little flatter than that. Let yourself scribble. Scribbling is okay. I'm just going to lightly shade in the areas where the light is hitting her, because like I said, she is black, and inside of her nostrils it is black in there too. So I'm making a little bit of a hook going in there. She would probably be a lot of fun to do in charcoal. That's probably what I should have done, was do her in charcoal, because she is so dark. Now, let's see what this side is. I'm going to give her a little bit of a shoulder in here. She's quite chunky, very, very meaty. Let's see if I can get this to look a little better. If you want some more simple drawing lessons, you can subscribe and draw with me again. Now I'm going to do this calf a little quicker. I'm just going to go in. It's almost like coloring it in. I'm just adding more of the shadow. This calf is pretty shadowed. I don't know. I think it was because the other calves were around it. So also I'm looking for the swish. I see the swish on the calf, but I don't see it on the cow. A lot of people, mainly beginners, when they start drawing, they don't put in the basic shapes, so they don't know where the details go. So I'm trying to show you how to put in basic shapes so you know when you're ready to put the details in, that you can put your details in accurately. I'm using the tip of my pencil because this calf is little. And its face is bald, so it's got a white face. I want to make that ear a little bit better. And it's got patches on its eyes, so... And actually it has its tongue sticking out in this picture, but I won't put it in. Now it has a little swish on the side here, so I'm just going to add some a swish there. And I'm going to reinstate the eyes a little bit. It has patches over its eyes, so it looks a little awkward. Now I'm going to put in a shadow here, and the mother's shadow will cross over into that calf. So put a shadow line in there, shadow under the cow, little ground line there. You can run a little fence behind there or not. It's up to you. You could put a fence in there, a few posts, and you can put wire, jump over the cow, wire, jump over the cow. And these posts are a little taller than I would have rather had it, and that line should be straighter. Unless the wire is sagging. So there is my cow with a calf. And you can throw in some trees if you want to, and foliage in the background. A lot of times around fences, you're going to see a lot more greenery because the animals can't get in, knock it down, and eat it up. So a lot of times you'll see foliage and things around the outside of the fence where the fence stops. So you can throw in some foliage if you want to throw in background. If not, you can leave things alone. So I hope you had fun drawing with me today, and I hope you take care and keep on drawing.